Okay, let's stop sugarcoating this. Some foreign men didn't come to the Philippines because they loved the culture. They came instead because they lost power where they came from. Back home, women questioned them. Women left them. Women didn't tolerate their anger, their ego, their entitlement. So they came here where kindness is mistaken for weakness, where hospitality is mistaken for submission, and where being foreign gives them instant status. And so this episode is not about romance. It's about power, access, and what happens when insecure men enter a system that doesn't challenge them fast enough. So I challenge you to stay put as we're gonna talk real talk. And so, I need to be clear before we go deeper. This is not about all foreign men. This is about patterns that repeat. Patterns that Filipinas whisper about privately, but rarely say out loud publicly. And if you've been in one of these relationships, you already know. It didn't start nasty. It started charming. It started generous. It started protective. Until protection became control, until leadership became dominance, until love became conditional. And so they were never nice guys, they were unchecked. Let's talk facts. Many of these men arrive with multiple failed relationships, estranged children, financial instability disguised as starting over, anger issues masked as a bluntness, also, sexual entitlement framed as honesty. In their home countries, it's the opposite. Women walk away faster, courts move quicker, social shame exists, feminism limits bad behavior. And in the Philippines, age equals authority, money equals power, foreigners equals status. So suddenly, the same man who felt invisible back home now feels admired. And here's the truth nobody likes to say: power does not create character, it exposes it. And for segment two, the daily nastiness people normalize. This is where people say, "Oh, you're just exaggerating." No, this is what nastiness actually looks like. Talking over women constantly, making sexual jokes, then calling women sensitive, monitoring phones, clothes, friends, threatening to leave financially if he questions, using silence as punishment, using money as obedience training, making women feel replaceable. And when a Filipina finally reacts, he calls her crazy, yeah, emotional, and stable. Not because she is, but because accountability threatens his comfort. See the difference? And for segment 3, why Filipinas are targeted. A hard cultural truth. Let me tell you this: Filipinos are raised to adjust, understand, compromise, carry emotional weight, preserve family. And the truth is, manipulative men love that. Not because it's beautiful, but because it's exploitable. So when a woman forgives repeatedly, explains calmly, tries to save the relationship, the man doesn't feel grateful. He feels licensed. License to push more, license to disrespect more, and license to test limits. That's when kindness becomes a liability. Now let's dive deeper. Why they can still live comfortably here? The real question is, let's be honest, some of these men thrive because communities avoid confrontation. Authorities move slowly. Based on my personal experience, women are discouraged from speaking. Totally true. The man's money overshadows his behavior. Mhm. So he becomes the loudest voice, the final decision maker, the untouchable one. And the woman becomes the one adjusting, the one explaining, the one enduring. And this is not cultural harmony. This is general imbalance with a foreign accent. So what happens when a Filipina stop tolerating it? The moment a Filipina sets boundaries, the moment when she says no, demands respect, or leaves, the story flips. She becomes the villain, the gold digger, the manipulator. She is the problem. And he becomes the victim, the misunderstood foreigner, the good man who tried. This is why silence protects bad behavior, and this is why truth makes people uncomfortable. And so, the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, the reality is a man who needs submission to feel masculine, needs silence to feel respected, needs inequality to feel powerful, was never a good partner, just a tolerated one. Filipinos are not backups for men who failed elsewhere. They're not emotional caretakers for broken egos. They are not rehabilitation centers for unchecked masculinity. And the more women speak, the less space nasty behavior has to breathe. And I want to end this clearly: no excuses, no soft landing. A man who only feels powerful around women with fewer options was never powerful to begin with. A man who crosses oceans looking for obedience is not adventurous. He is avoiding accountability. A man who calls respect attitude and boundaries disrespect is telling you exactly who he is. Then this is not about love, this is about access without responsibility. Filipinos are not desperate. They are not silent. They are not ignorant. They are generous. They are patient. They are strong. And that strength has been exploited long enough. So if a man needs a weaker system, a quieter woman, and a slower accountability process just to feel like a man, then the problem was never the Filipina. The problem was always him.